I hope that everything is working and that my audio isn't screwing up. It is me, EP Sheepy. I'm very EP today, but I'm EP every day. I am Amarantia Patronilla Sheepy, sheep genius, possessor of 2 brain cells, twice the standard number of brain cells found in a sheep. And I am here to make you absolutely rage at how badly I play games. Even games that virtually play themselves, like visual novels. It's good to be back. So, just a quick reminder, yesterday we got finished with a couple more of the side stories in Doki Doki Literature Club, and now we're coming in. Hey Yahiro, good to see you. Good to see you. Now we're coming in for balance. Natsuki and Sayori. I'm actually really interested to see how this dynamic will work. Because yesterday, I am good, thank you. I hope you are well. Yesterday we had a bit of conflict. Monica realizing that she was being kind of a shallow bitch, and Natsuki realizing she can be a little bit bratty. But the two of them kind of found a way to get along. And one of the things I love the most about Natsuki is she's unflappable, you know? She's so cheeky and sweet. Oh, you're tired? Is it late where you are? I relate to being tired, but I think that's just because it's Monday. Mondays are basically like legally mandated. Everybody has to be tired. Oh, bless you. Need to get plenty of sleep. It's 11 p.m. Oh, wow, it is late. It is late for you. So yeah, obviously 2 p.m. here in the UK until the clocks go back. Still on British summertime, although I'm not even sure that we even had a summer here in Britain. But you can certainly tell that summer is very much gone. It's very foggy outside. It's rainy. It's grey. Definitely looks like a scene out of Silent Hill. Probably the most made joke about foggy weather in human history since the post-internet era. Oh, bless you. It's okay if you need to sleep. Sleep is very important. Sleep is probably the most single beneficial thing a person can do for their health. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. But of course, I do very much appreciate you being here. I really do. So I hope that for as much as you see, even if you do fall asleep, that you enjoy what we're about to step into. So I've got everything loaded up, and today the game and OBS have been kind to me. They haven't just immediately crashed out and burned like they have done recently. So, here we are. Straight back into Doki Doki. So picking up right where we left off yesterday. So hopefully what would be great is if we can get all of balance done today. I'd like for us to see the whole story. Oh, the piano scene was really touching. I'm glad that you saw it, even if it was a bit later, but that's okay. Remember, sleep, more important than stream. But the piano scene was indeed beautiful. So I wonder what wonderful situation we're gonna have between Sayori and Natsuki, because they're my 2 faves. Sayori is my precious ray of sunshine, and Natsuki is my lovely bubblegum princess. So with that in mind, let's get started and see what transpires between these two. Now, I feel like they have very different personalities, but at the same time, they're just made to get along somehow. This will be great. Again, any problems with audio levels, shout, swear, scream, pipe drop, dot mp3. Oh, my day has only just begun, and it's about to get much better. Because we're gonna see the two cutest cutie patooties in the whole world. Natsuki! Tilda! Oh my god, it's been a while since I've got to do that. While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelves, Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. Hi. The literature club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. I just love this idea of Sayori just like screaming at her and then just like, hi. Like, what? Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favourite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Yes, manga is literature. We're rolling with that. Because it is. Then, Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Oh, yeah, Hiro, that's just further proof that you and Sayori are both very good eggs. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decides to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy, with a little help and encouragement from Sayori. Oh yeah, because she... If you remember from Yuri's story, she was a bit hung up on thinking that people were only taking an interest out of pity. But of course, that's not the intent. So I'm glad that Sayori was able to get her talking about it. When people talk about the things they love, it's hard not to be absolutely rapt. Oh, bless you, hero. I still think of the like "What's up" as a Budweiser advert. Maybe that's me showing my age. Oh. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me, which one should I pick? Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all those things. I literally can. I can so imagine Sayori just being presented with a list as long as her arm of things to do. And she just stands there and smiles, just goes, everything. Like a, you know, like a golden retriever or a Labrador wagging its tail, just like, I am just happy to be involved. Just the mind is willing, but the body is weak. I know that feeling very well. Oh, I can eat for my country. I can eat for England, for real. And there's always an extra stomach for dessert. And a third stomach for ice cream. Sayori reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one. In panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand, then replaces it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Guys, I think we just found Natsuki's ecchi. Uh-oh. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, then let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until you're like a few volumes in. And I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. That's really thoughtful, honestly. She's you know, she appreciates that it's a lot to do. But this is Sayori we're talking about, and Sayori will go all in on giving things a go. You know, she wants to make everyone happy. I can handle it. I did it with Yuri's book at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. Wow, that is like the most relatable thing I think Sayori has ever said. I too have the attention span of a donut. But do you know what else? Do you know what else? I look like a donut too. I look like a donut too. And I'm not going to elaborate. But I love my friends. And I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's pick something that even donuts can read. Oh my god, I love how up for the joke she is. Yes, Natsuki. I didn't say I was a donut. I said I had the attention span of one. And there's the joke. And there it go. Yep, right over her head. Oh! You were just trying to call me sweet. Oh, you're so cute. Ding, 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 ding. And she gets it. I love Sayori. No. How did you get to that conclusion? The tsundere. Observe the wild tsundere in her classroom environment, as she is called out for being cute and charming. Natsuki is the most... I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but honestly, like, Natsuki has, like, the most riz of anybody. She's just accidentally riztastic. And don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Or, how come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. I mean... I really get the feeling here that she does have a reason. And alright, yeah, fair. She doesn't need a reason, but being called cute isn't generally a bad thing, but somebody somewhere has put this idea in her head that being cute is somehow derogatory. But I think she should embrace it. I think she should embrace the cute and go like full candy floss. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. If someone asks you to stop, then you need to stop. People need to realize that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Nah. Sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Oh. Oh no. Oh, Natsuki's alluding to something sad. You know, we know that she gets upset with being talked down to. But Sayori isn't gonna know that just yet. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like, well, like a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. Oh, Natsuki. Like, they've barely known each other a week, and already Natsuki knows absolutely that Sayori is on her side, and that's really sweet. Hey, Antori! Good to see you! Good to see you! I hope that you are good. I am well, thank you. I am glad to be back with the cutest patooties in Ddlc. I still learned a valuable lesson. Sayori speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. I love how she's like, there's obviously romance, as if that's an expected... You know, just any good book is funny and has romance. That's Natsuki's benchmark right there. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. I have an odd feeling about that book title. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. Can I get some respect for Natsuki not spoiling the plot straight away, despite clearly wanting to? High five Natsuki for showing self-restraint that most of us cannot. But you have to, like, tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're gonna ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Oh, she's using the lingo TM. Oh, Sayori's face, she's so baffled. Ship? I don't get it. Oh, never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh! Okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too? Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you or anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. Oh! So I get the feeling that Natsuki really wants Sayori to just focus on the one thing at the time. You know? Like, I think maybe she feels a bit... a bit like if Sayori isn't 100% in on the manga, then she's just pretending to take an interest. We already know, having played the main game, that Natsuki's quite insecure about the things that she likes. You had a ship in your throat. Very good. I'm not going to talk about ship wars because that's an amazing way to get in trouble with a lot of people about all kinds of games and anime and manga, so I'm just going to leave that right there. But yeah, I do think that maybe Natsuki's feeling a bit like Monica isn't taking her seriously because she doesn't want to just focus. I'm hoping that this isn't going to turn into like a big argument between the two. After the club meeting ends and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monica strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. Yeah, she is. She's a super duper cutie patootie. I could just listen to her talk. She's so cute. Oh, I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her if I can't say it at all. Say what? Nothing. I am a woman of respect. Oh, the less than more than. I love it. Oh, we have a beep boop in the chat. Hi, Mr. Roboto. Please get gone, thank. I really appreciate that Sayori is constantly trying so hard for everybody. You know, so now she doesn't want to say that Natsuki's cute because Natsuki has clearly expressed a dislike for that term. And then prior to that, after Yuri told her off for not checking about consent when hugging, she makes a point of asking Monika if it's okay to hug her. Honestly, it's really very cute. So I appreciate this immensely. Just seeing Sayori going to repeated constant efforts and lengths to be an absolute sweetie and be considerate of everyone. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's something I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much. Oh no! Who couldn't like you? Who couldn't like Sayori? You'd have to be literally like the worst person in the world. The kind of person that drowns kittens and kicks puppies. Like, no one could dislike you, Sayori. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs, like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. I think maybe Sayori's over deep in this a bit. You know? Ain't no way anybody could dislike Sayori. And Natsuki literally just said that she can see that Sayori is a nice person. I think Natsuki's tsundere nature just kind of makes her come across a bit aloof sometimes. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know? Or maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. Oh, bless you. I think a lot of us can relate to that. Brain telling us bads. Have to disagree. It's okay. Try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns you have. I am here to help. Monika being an actual good egg. Just a reminder, we're all good eggs here in the Good Egg Covenant. Egg, egg, egg. You're the best. Sayori gives Monika a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her. You got this. Oh, Sayori really is just the absolute most precious being. We all need a Sayori hug. Everybody needs Sayori hugs. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori's the last one in, as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plumps herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry. I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting! Well, I'll let you read it then. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Oh, this is a real awkward exchange. really, really awkward. Like, clearly this is not kind of a natural conversation flow. I really do get the impression that maybe Natsuki feels like Sayori is just trying too hard. You know, Natsuki kind of feels like she just wants to be left alone to read her book, and Sayori is just constantly interrupting her. Sayori, as always, means well, but is gonna end up making herself, like, feel bad just because they have different expectations, right? Oh, mechas! I do like a good giant robot. I come from the era of Gundam Wing. You know, and Transformers, the original Transformers. So I have an appreciation for big robots. Also, consider Escaflowne. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's still certainly, I would still say it's worth reading. Consider it, maybe, for the future. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting paper can be heard. Oh, she's taking notes, bless her cottons. Hey, lady. Good to see you. I hope you're well. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw all the stick figures and thought you were just bored. Ah, I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. I love this idea that she's drawn stick figures in her notes and made friends. She's made friends with the stick figures that she drew. Because you have to be friends. I am absolutely... My heart cannot take how unbelievably next level wholesome and adorable Sayori is capable of being. Oh, another beep boop. Get gone, beep boop. We don't like you. We don't like you. This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? I love that they've got backstories as well. She didn't just make friends with them. She didn't just make friends with them. She gave them backstories. And they weren't even happy backstories. They were really fucking sad backstories. This dude's got a bad back. This girl can't see the stars. Like, why? Why couldn't it have been something more like, I don't know, cheery? Like, you know, this little stick man went to market. This little stick man stayed home. You know? Unhinged. Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. I sense Natsuki is not impressed. Don't you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are like really emotional. Oh, that's okay, Yahiro. Thank you for visiting. I hope you have a wonderful night and get plenty of rest. Thank you for taking the time to see me. Certifiable good egg. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Is that bad? Well, no. It was just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. And Sayori is absolutely right. I feel like, you know, I think she wants to, Natsuki, I mean, I think that Natsuki wants to express her feelings more, but again, the tsundere in her just kind of recoiling a little bit. Which is no surprise, given her home situation. You know, she can't be overly emotional. So, she must find Sayori's emotional openness through poetry quite peculiar, but also liberating, I would say. I guess we're gonna find out. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. To each their own, but I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. To be fair, okay, to be fair, considering the friends that we saw Natsuki has in the previous story, these are not real friends. These are people that just use her to as a punching bag. They just rag on her and are very mean unnecessarily. Probably because it makes them feel better, and she just, I don't know, she just eats it. She just takes it and deals. And while that's very brave, and I appreciate that, you know, she thinks maybe that that's the best she should expect from people, that is absolutely wrong. And she should feel comfortable sharing things with her friends. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? You never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but... Other stuff referring to the... to the ecchi fan fiction that was mentioned in the previous story. Yeah, absolutely terrifying. It's terrifying, you know, being so open with your innermost thoughts. Clearly this is something that's very, very alien to Natsuki. So Sayori must feel like quite an anomaly. You should, I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. I think it's nice that Natsuki is not being angry at Sayori. She's making it clear it's just not her thing right now. She's not ready for this. Yeah, 100%, lady. Like, Natsuki's entire circle of existence at the moment is between a rock and a hard place in terms of emotional support. Like, she literally doesn't have any. So I'm not surprised. I think that's what's gonna make this side story very poignant to me, at least, I think, is Natsuki finally finding someone that she feels that she can be emotionally vulnerable with. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me, since I didn't get very far yet. Sure. Oh, she's clearly feeling very self-conscious. I really love Natsuki, and I just feel so terrible for her. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Tilda! Hi, Natsuki! At the end of one club meeting, Monica, who has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. Honestly, massive, massive respect and adoration to Sayori for being so all in on this. It's really endearing. It's really endearing. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you. Yeah. I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Oh? Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs. I mean, on the one hand, that's a very positive trait to have. But also when it comes to potential conflict resolution, I think as long as you're not needlessly shit-talking people and simply airing your grievances with someone to try and investigate ways to resolve your differences. I wouldn't say that's shit-talking per se. It's sometimes you need to discuss these things with other people to figure out if you're, you know, if you're doing the right thing or, you know, ironing out the kinks. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just visits instead of getting back to what she's doing, as though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back. Yes, absolutely. Monica is completely on the money here. I guess. I just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Again, a very positive trait, and even more reason to appreciate my precious pink powder puff. Truly, truly a good egg. A firecracker, but a good egg. Monica shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. Oh man, that feeling when you really want to say something, but it just feels like it feels inappropriate. It's not your place, maybe, or just like you're going against your own principles. I get it, but also this isn't shit talking. This is a needs to resolve issue, and Free's response absolutely, you know, they used to say there were just two responses, which were fight and flight, but now they have universally agreed that freeze is another response. Fight, flight, and freeze. And Natsuki is clearly someone who does freeze, whereas Yuri tends to be someone who engages in flight. So it's interesting. Oh, fawn. That's one I've not heard of before. I know, I'm learning so much. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Yeah, so it is what I thought. Like, Sayori just wants to make everyone happy and she can be very full on with her affection. But for someone like Natsuki, who is clearly not used to affection, period, this is probably quite overwhelming, you know? And it probably just wholesale too much. Too much. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have? I know. I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized. Monica navigates through her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. In fairness, Sayori's behavior isn't especially problematic in any way. Like, it's good that she's so friendly and sweet and forward. The issue is just that she doesn't check if people are okay with that before she just dives in head first. But again, that's what this is all about. Communication. Communication is key, and if the two of them can, you know, iron out their differences through having a little chat, I think this can all be resolved pretty quickly. Despite not knowing the situation, Monica can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like that. Well, I could... I don't know. I could, like, divert her into another club activity for you or something? No way. That would be so underhanded. And mean. Oh... Oh, Natsuki. Natsuki is honestly so thoughtful and so sweet. She knows that Monica is trying to do something helpful, but she also doesn't... She doesn't want this kind of backhanded, under-the-table way of orchestrating a situation purely to make, you know, purely to make Natsuki stay more comfortable. Instead, Natsuki straight up pulls it out, you know, no, it's mean to do that, you know, because then she isn't learning what the issue is here, she doesn't see why there's a problem. And also such kind of behavior is just so... It is underhanded, it is unnecessary, when a simple conversation, perhaps, could really resolve everything. Yeah, I think that's honestly on the money, lady. I think a big part of it is that, you know, as someone who comes from an environment that doesn't know a great deal of legitimate affection, Natsuki is grappling with this idea that Sayori's adoration of her is genuine and isn't just this overinflated attempt to make her feel welcome and liked, and it might be disingenuous. Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. Holy hell! Natsuki is so fucking mature, okay? She's... I believe, canonically, she's the youngest of them? Is that right? And although she looks... You know, she has a very cutesy-wootsy, aloo look about her. You know, she is Princess Moe, right? But despite that, the things that she's saying are so incredibly... They're so incredibly mature. And, like, just very, very considerate and thoughtful. And clearly someone who considers consequences, right? The youngest of the 4 18-year-olds, yeah. Exactly. I mean, yeah, they're all 18, but as far as I understand it, she's the baby of the group, if you can call her that. And it's probably one of the reasons, another reason that she's quite so insecure about being called cute. Yeah, 100% Antori. The dynamic is just beautiful. Like, there's a lot between them already. You know, we haven't resolved the issue yet, but already there is kind of a natural understanding between the two of them that just needs to be ironed out. And I think that's where we're going now. True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try and solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would just make her constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think you do a good job of expressing all your feelings. She would be fine. She'd totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Yes, agreed. Agreed. She definitely wants to do that. We've seen this a dozen times already with Sayori. She just wants everybody to be friends and to get along. She wants them to like her because she instinctively loves everyone. She's a Labrador. And yeah, they just need to sit down and talk. I think that will seriously resolve everything. Maybe. It just feels so dumb. Talking to someone about how to be friends with them is just weird and not cool. No. You know what's not cool, Natsuki? What's not cool is that you have let people call themselves your friend, but you have also let them bully you mercilessly because you think that that's correct and that's somehow cool, rather than just telling them up front that it's not okay, because that would be not cool. Being bullied is not cool, okay? We do not condone bully here at the Good Egg Covenant. Bleaties are not bullies, and we do not condone bullying. No bully. Monica shrugs. It's the literature club. Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey! Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot, and that it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you are great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. Absolutely agree. Despite being the youngest of the four girls, in terms of attitude and approach, Natsuki comes across as significantly older and more mature. I think the most important part of being able to navigate through these things is that. So, believe that you... I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things and then finishes her thought in a mumble. And I'm still glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Oh, that's really sweet. Again, the tsundere-ness, the whole, like, the way that she expresses herself through these kind of quiet, somewhat embarrassed compliments and remarks. Like, she wants to be nice and she wants to be open with her feelings, but she just feels like she can't. And when she does, it comes out as really, like, begrudging. But I honestly think that's so sweet. She really is trying very hard. It doesn't come naturally to her the way that it does to Sayori. Monica smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monica knew what she meant. It made Monica feel like everything really was going to be okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I feel like that was short. Wow, okay. So we ended part 1, and it seemed... I don't know, is that just in my head? I feel like part one was a lot shorter than the other part ones that we've done so far. This felt like quite a brief story. So with that in mind, I think we should dive straight into part two because I don't know about you, but I am dying to see. I am dying to see how these two become proper friends. And it's so clear to me that Sayori and Natsuki have a very special relationship in terms of their dynamic. I just, oh, they're the two cutest patootiests. And they absolutely should be the bestest of friends. So let's see what comes next. It's lunchtime. Oh my god, is it? I'm hungry. Can I have a sandwich? Please feed me. Please feed me. I'm wasting away. I'm wasting away. Goodbye, world. Ugh. Okay, no. That's enough of that. Right. I love food. I miss food. When there's no food, I can't help but notice. Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. Oh, thank you, lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's all the best things too. Cookie, donut, cake, muffin, coffee. Wow! Oh, hungry. I'm very hungry. I gonna do a nom after stream. I must do a nom. Oh, maximum hungry. The clamour and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. How many people with ADHD in the room today feeling that emotion? Impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Hey, that's Natsuki. I never run into club members around school. Natsuki! Tilda! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Always. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Sorry, I can't remember if that's a thing you've seen before, so whenever there's a tilde, I have to sing. When I was playing the base game, there was a lot more of it, but in the side stories, there are hardly ever any tildes, so there's a lot less harmonic tildeing. Oh, Natsuki looks horrified. Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Hey! She definitely saw me. Oh no, that's... Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. But I feel like Natsuki feels embarrassed to be seen, maybe. She looked very panicked. I don't want Natsuki to be panicked. She should see Sayori and just immediately light up. You know, if I saw Sayori in the corridor, I think that the room would just light up for me, you know. It would be that whole like, why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? And there's just like Sayori and she's illuminated. You know, she's got this like wonderful golden aura and there's birds singing around her and like a sparrow lands on her finger. You know, very Disney princess-esque. That's kind of what I'm seeing in my head. Monika is the first to arrive to the club, and then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Oh no, Sayori feels hated! Sayori, no! It's not you, I promise! Here we go again. I feel like another name for the side stories could just be Sayori thinks everyone hates her DLC. You know? It's not you, Sayori. It's okay. Natsuki's been so distant with me. It was stupid to think she'd ever want to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share a manga. But besides from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No. Oh! Oh! Ah, the pouty face. Whenever I see this face, I just... Ah! It's so cute! I can't deal with Sayori's pout! Every time! It's so cute! Ah! Oh my god. It's actually gonna end my life. The pout is going to end my life. Every time I see it, I just lose my shit. I just lose it. She's like the fucking toddler right now, just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, you can't make me. Blah, blah, blah. You know? Toddler in the sweet aisle. It's like, you put the fucking Smarties back, kid. We're not buying those. You don't need more candy. And baby's just like, no, it's mine. Bah! Sayori. That's Sayori right now. No. Why? I'm soaking. I can't deal with this. I'm soaking. And breathe. Okay. Okay. Don't need to call me an ambulance just yet. It's all good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me. No! Don't leave me! that moment of dynamic that was so perfect. It's just like, what's wrong? I'm sad. So, okay. Sorry about that. Can you move? No. Oh. What? Oh. I'll stay here then. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? You know, in my head, when she said that, when she said really, she just did not care. It was so flat and deadpan, just like, really? Did she? Really? That's nice. Okay, bye. Reminding you that Yuri is British and shops in Waitrose. That's the kind of person that we're dealing with. I'd love to know an American equivalent of Waitrose. Is that, Americans, if you have the advice, right? What is kind of like an upper middle class convenience store establishment in the US? Whole Foods? See, in the UK, that's something completely different. We have Whole Foods, but it's almost like a health food store, you know? Maybe not quite the same thing. Or maybe it is the same company and they just specialize in different things. I mean, yeah. Whereas Waitrose is, like Marks and Spencer's, like, you know, it has convenience food and ready meals and stuff, but people that shop in there are kind of snooty because things cost a little bit more than elsewhere, but it's like, yeah, but you're still buying a microwavable ready meal. You're just as, like, peasant as the rest of us. It's bougie. Yeah, I guess maybe that's kind of like the equivalent. You know, so she's got this air about her in my head canon, you know. It's not a convenience store. Yeah, see, it's like it tends to be open from kind of like, I think like 9 in the morning until about 7 p.m. is like the sort of opening hours you'll typically find from a Waitrose or a Marks and Spencer's. Anyway, I'm getting derailed, but yeah. Yuri, in my head, that's where Yuri's at, you know. Gas stations? Oh wow, okay, no. No, that's not so much here. Not so much here. We just have like, we have like the big shops, like the supermarkets and stuff, but they have smaller versions that tend to be convenience stores and are open for like 12 hours a day or so. Like Tesco is a big store, but then you have the convenience version, which is like Tesco Extra. You know, kind of like that. Well, I mean, I say you know as if you know. You obviously, I guess not, but... Ah! I'm getting all caught up, I'm sorry. Anyway, you get the idea. Hey! Sorry. I'm sorry. That was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do. From anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. You think, Sayori? I thought we were friends. But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more instead of get closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me at club because I was reading manga, but she doesn't actually want to be friends with me at all. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she was just walking with her friends. And you don't think, Sayori, that maybe that is being in the middle of something? Poor Sayori, she's let her brain run off with her head empty. Only silly thoughts. Only silly thoughts. With her friends. Yuri pauses for a moment, having probably had some insight that has completely gone over Sayori's head. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course! I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... Well, that's something that Yuri is absolutely going to find bizarre, as someone who is very happy and very comfortable with their own company. You hate being alone? Sayori nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, I think, well, if I was trying to have alone time, and it was being threatened with an interruption, then it just would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. Oh, Sayori! Sayori, the point's just gone right over your head. I love you, Sayori, but you are a little bit oblivious sometimes. You are a little bit oblivious. No, I think it is similar. It's... well, we are all friends in the club. But we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. Oh, swoon, Yuri, that was... oh, that was so poetic. Goodness, I need a moment. Intertwine your lives together. That sounds an awful lot like a marriage proposal. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club. Oh, but we do, don't we, chat? Don't we? Precious Bleaties, we know an awful lot more than we'd like to know about Natsuki's life outside the club. Ooh. Yes, lady, absolutely. Very much so. Yuri doesn't realize how blessed she is to be quite so tall. Goodness me. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her? I really just wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? Oh no, here we go again. It's side stories. Sayori accidentally upsets someone and thinks that everyone hates her Ddlc. Go, go, go. Oh, Sayori, no. I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so... oh, why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Oh really? Yuri is 5 foot. Hey, that's how tall I am. Although you can't tell, you know. Looking at me on the screen right now, I probably look like a 12-inch, you know, 1 foot nothing fluff ball. But it's all camera tricks, you know. They say that the camera adds 10 pounds, and I've gotta keep my figure looking trim for my fabulous bleaties, you know. You'll have to see the best side of me. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because, well, she already seemed so social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't even want to talk to me. Oh, but it's an easy mistake to make. You know, if someone is so good with interpersonal skills, like, you know, it's easy to assume wrongly that goes for every possible situation and that goes for every single person they meet. Like, I can be incredibly upfront and cozy and friendly with everybody, you know, but when you are in certain situations, it's just not, it's not appropriate, you know? It's not the right time or the right place. And I think that's what Natsuki is experiencing, and something that Sayori just kind of didn't consider as someone who is equally Labradorishly happy and friendly with absolutely everybody no matter what. Yeah, see, lady, that makes more sense to me looking at them. I would expect Yuri to be like the high end of 5, you know, definitely. She looks taller to me. How could I let myself do this? Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, I am so glad that Yuri is switched on. Yuri is telling Sayori exactly the right thing. This is exactly what she needs to hear, and she's absolutely right. Like, catastrophizing in full swing here. Sayori has automatically jumped to the worst possible case scenario without actually just speaking to Natsuki first. Again, referring back to the previous chapter, the two of them just need to talk, just speak to each other, you know? Let's get this communication going, and let's make everyone be friends again, because friends are best. I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly, Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug. You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, the acknowledgement! They're so cute! Sayori really is a hog monster, but I think that's part of her charm. She wants everybody to feel loved. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others, and my friends deserve happiness. Sayori beams. Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah! Yeah! That's exactly right! Oh, Sayori, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you for realizing. You know, and it'll be good for both of you, because clearly you have a friendship there. You just got a little bit overexcited about someone being social who might also like constant hugs all the time. I know that I would like constant hugs all the time. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. Oh, I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. But that's not what she needs. I just had to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. That's probably the most mature thing that we've seen Sayori say the entire time so far. It's like she realizes that sometimes growing as a person means experiencing things that are uncomfortable. Honestly, I have a lot of respect for the way that this game, you know, the way that it presents everybody. They feel so much more human, but also it's so clear to whoever's playing or to whoever's watching that their motives, you know, nobody has ill intent here. You know, this really is just a case of learning to accept people and how to communicate with people on their terms. And that's something that I really like, that I don't think you see that very often, you know. So it's really encouraging, and I love how surprisingly insightful and just honestly heartwarming it is to watch everybody grow up, you know? I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better for my friends, I want that. That's very mature of you, Sayori. I'm mature! Oh, bless her. So we had I'm an adult, and now we've got I'm mature. It's true, though. Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So, does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Yuri nods in understanding. You go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Awkward. Awkward moment. Sayori steps aside. By the way, before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects. You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in lots of ways. Whoa. Crashing out of the blue with the insight there. Obviously, having played the base game, we've seen a lot of Natsuki and Yuri being surprisingly similar, despite them trying to convince us to the contrary. I'm really looking forward to their side story, because I do just believe wholeheartedly that Natsuki and Yuri should be a couple and should just sail off into the lesbian sunset. Because they're so perfect for each other. The base game made that so completely clear. So I'm really looking forward to that one. But I think that's like the last one, so I guess that'll be next week. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the club room. Oh, I'm glad that you think it's the best. That's big praise. That's big praise. The hype is building. Yuri turns and enters the club room. After a moment, Sayori follows. Confrontation time! But it's not really going to be a confrontation, because Sayori is going to willfully just kind of ignore Natsuki, I guess. The club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. And here we have the lesser spotted Yuri in her natural environment. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Oh! Oh, Bleaties! Bleaties, do you think? Could it be? Has she been inspired? Did Sayori inspire her? Has she started writing? Oh, I hope so. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, I've got a frog in my throat. Quick, get it out. Call the Kero police. Oh, good thing I have a bottle of water here. There. Right. I got too excited. I choked on my own enthusiasm. Oh, are you writing today? Monica speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the clubroom. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls the sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peep. Whatever. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine. Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who is focused on her manga. Monica follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Oh no! No! Oh no! They both think that the one is mad at the other. This whole DLC is basically just a 101 on basic communication skills. I hope that everybody who is watching is taking this on board. Please don't put yourselves in these unnecessarily painful social situations. Monica falls silent. Natsuki looks back down at her paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, "To Sayori." Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, "I'm proud of you." Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. She's being shown encouragement, and she's not immediately shrugging it off. I'm so happy and so touched all at once. Help. This is too many emotions. This is too many emotions. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing up and pulling away. Natsuki deserves so much love. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. So has Monica, after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then, Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it to its proper location. Okay, Bleaties, which of you is guilty of doing this sort of thing? Which of you makes sure that everything is absolutely in its exact particular place? Pardon me. Because the anal retentive in me is kind of like that with some things, right? But there are people who are way worse than me. Who out there has to have everything in like color order, height order, number order, alphabetical order, date publication order? Who are you? Yeah, 100% lady. Like there is like, it has to be perfect, and then there's, I'm just gonna fucking put this stuff in a heap, and I'll get to it one day maybe, otherwise it's organized chaos every day, all day. Sorry. I didn't know where it was supposed to go. It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow. Sayori turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. Oh, I'm feeling secondhand discomfort from this situation. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. No, this isn't it. Defeated, Sayori carries herself out of the club room. Sayori, no. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly, Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Yeah, I'm so glad Natsuki came to follow her. Let's resolve this. Let's resolve this right now. Be friends, be friends, be friends, be friends. I'm manifesting it into being. I don't have any candles, but I have a summoning circle of plushies. And we are good to go. Natsuki? Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki. Oh, they're so... Oh. They're so precious. Natsuki looks so unhappy. I don't like it. Make Natsuki smile again. I don't like sad Natsuki. Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too. But you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still. Well, first of all, she cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Oh, I can't deal with this. Oh no, she looks like she's about to cry. Please don't cry. I won't make you cry. Come live with me. Come be my friend, Natsuki. I'll look after you. We can live happily ever after. I promise. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. And I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to I'm not good at things that make me uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So, face burning, Natsuki clams up. Oh, she's really struggling to even look Sayori in the face. She can't bear to make eye contact with her because she feels so uncomfortable. Baby girl, please, it's okay, we love you. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. Oh, it's the return of EP's Poetry Corner! Oh my gosh. Consummate professional poem reader, EP Sheepy. Let's go. I thought that we were all out of poems. I am delighted to see this. Ahem. Ahem. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures. All my books, my collections, my memories. All of my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch. But it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it, however long it takes. If you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door. And I'll show you the best place in the world. That's so sweet! That's so sweet! Oh, my heart. My heart. And knowing what we know about Natsuki's home life, this feels so much more poignant. This poor girl. She wants to be friends, but she's not ready to open up yet. The way that she mentions hiding her secrets, you know, she's trying to brace. She doesn't want people to know about what goes on at home. You know, she doesn't want them to see this side of her that's hidden from this carefully curated picture that she has for everyone. Oh, Natsuki, that's such a touching message for Sayori. A message that says, I really want to be your friend. I really, really do. Give me time. Just give me time. It's a poem. But I thought, well, I sucked it up so that I could work things out with you. Oh, she's sort of embarrassed. Oh. So just be happy about it. Please. The tsundere-ness is showing. She doesn't wanna get hung up on this for too long. She's clearly she feels really exposed right now, and it's so liberating to see Natsuki being kind of vulnerable. You know, we only kind of get a snippet of this in the base game when, you know, when she writes that letter to MC, trying to, you know, imploring him to help with Yuri because she thinks something is wrong. And that's the most that we see. So it's really lovely to see more of this vulnerable side. Sayori smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. I'm happier than I can express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About, like, the friendship stuff, I mean, it's okay. I understand, so you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you some space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time, and I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those things. Yes. Boundary setting. Very, very mature, very sensible. And honestly, I think that Sayori is probably feeling quite overwhelmed in the sense that here is someone who not only wants to be her friend, but sincerely, wholly, honestly wants to respect her boundaries and wants to let her become friends and have the friendship she wants on her own terms. Something she's probably not used to. You know? Especially with all the bullying. So I'm really glad. I'm really glad that she's getting this little bit of very much deserved love. You know, with the right balance. Natsuki nods again. One thing about that. Well, I don't want you to have to approach all the time either. I just want it to be balanced, like you said. Sayori nods. I understand. We'll make sure of that together then. Oh. Oh. Bleaties. Bleaties, I'm so overcome with feelings. I'm so overcome with feelings. I'm so glad they finally talked, and I knew it would be okay. I knew that they would iron things out. But just seeing how difficult it actually was for Natsuki to, you know, to get this out of her system and to be able to express that she really does want to be friends. And she really thought that she'd upset Sayori and that wasn't something she wanted, you know? The overwhelming sense of relief and appreciation. You know, I really feel that for her, and it's so liberating. Natsuki really is my fave. Like, she's such a wonderful character. She's so complex. And yeah, on the surface, she looks like she should be so cookie cutter and bland. You know, the obvious cute girl with the pink hair, and she's into sweet stuff and adorable things, and she's probably as shallow as a puddle. But no, actually, she's really, really sweet and really thoughtful, has an incredible head on her shoulders, you know? Natsuki Nation, rise up. She deserves way more love. Well, anyway, now that the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely. I'm not gonna be, like, sharing my poems all the time now, or anything like that, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to do once in a while. Only the best ones, so you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind. Ah, and there it is. My favorite flavor, that sprinkling of tsundere flavored hundreds and thousands that make every sweet situation just that little bit more bitter. But how can you hate it, you know? She's feeling a little bit embarrassed, having just poured her heart out in the most open way that she can right now. Of course she doesn't want to come across as too soppy or too much of a walkover. I think that's really lovely. I like anything you do, Natsuki. You know, I should really mod this game and just replace Sayori's model with a Labrador. I think that would still be a perfect fit. Yeah, absolutely, lady. I think that's been one of the nicest things, is the DLC does go a really long way to subverting these stereotypes and making people, you know, making the players look past what they think they can surmise about the characters based on their designs alone. Which is, you know, it's something that really adds depth. It really does. And I'm so it's so vindicating, you know? It's so vindicating to have a visual novel in which the character tropes aren't actually those tropes, if you get what I mean. You know, I've played my fair share of otome games and, you know, BL games. And dear Christ in heaven, the stereotyping, you know, the tropes are so cast iron, and you know exactly who is who and what is what the second you meet them. And it can make it really hard to, you know, to appreciate those games on any level beyond shallow as a puddle level. So I really appreciate this. I was just saying. More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga. Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. Ah! They're so excited. They're talking about the manga. And I'm so glad they're talking about the manga, not talking about MC. Because MC is such a massive fucking waste of oxygen. I really didn't like MC. Sorry, guys. Oh, terrible, terrible MC. Good riddance. And that's another reason the side story is like fucking bang, right? Is because there's no MC. I'm so glad he's out of the equation. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Oh, darn. I should have told you to save the last 2 chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal. Oh, you want to enjoy it with me? That's so cute. Oh, shush. Ah, they're so cute. Oh no, that's the end. That's so... The end of the side stories is so sudden. It is so, so sudden. It catches me off guard every time. It really does. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got through. We got through that one side. So I'm so glad. I do feel like they're all different, slightly different lengths. And I don't know if that's just because sometimes I have more to say than others. You got to appreciate the devs for saving the best till last. Self-love at the end there. I think Reflection is going to be interesting purely based on the fact that very, very obviously, in the base game, Yuri is an extremely perceptive individual despite her quietness. And she, intentionally or otherwise, sometimes it was ambiguous, right, as to whether it was deliberate or not. But I do feel like she was aware of a lot of things that nobody else was, especially when it came to Monica. While Natsuki was the first person to be absolutely certain that Monica was involved in something sus and to open up about it, I think that maybe Yuri all along had an inkling that something was off and was kind of alluding to things that were going on behind the scenes, but just never kind of straight directly came out and said it. So it'll be interesting to see how these two actually form a meaningful relationship without it just kind of low-key being Yuri dunking on Monica, because I do feel like both of them think that they are like highbrow literati, and maybe there's a bit of competition between them in that regard. So that's going to be really cool to see. Yeah, 100%, lady. They're really making us work for that Natsuki-Yuri romance. And you know, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad about it. I am happy that they are saving the best for last, because it would be kind of sad if they just you know, they blew their load straight away. And everything else just felt kind of disappointing by comparison. No, we have to build up to it all. I'm very excited to eventually get to that point. Obviously, in the short slot time I have today, there isn't time to carry on, really. I don't really want to start part 1 of Reflection with only 15 minutes. I think that we'd only get a couple of minutes in and it would just be kind of a waste. And I don't really want to waste Leety's time, you know? Yeah, exactly. Right up until now, Monica and Yuri have basically had a friendship that has pivoted around Sayori being this kind of, well, the sunshine, you know, she's been the sun and they are her orbiting planets. Without Sayori involved, I do wonder like how the two will mingle. Obviously in the base game, without Sayori there, things between them got sour very quickly. But obviously a big part of that was just the, you know, whatever it was that Monica got up to in the character files. But still, I don't want to make any assumptions just yet. But I definitely get the impression that the Yuri-Monica dynamic is one that hinges at some point at least on competitiveness and on who is the more accomplished literati, perhaps. I guess we're gonna find out. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be finishing a bit early today because I don't want to bore you with 15 minutes of dead air time. However, look at this. We've got some emails. I've never looked at these. This could be a bit of fun. So I looked at this one because this was when we finished the base game. Have a nice weekend. I've not seen any of these before. I assume I read them from bottom up. Side stories. Riavorte. I wonder if those names are like, I mean, obviously they're made up, but I wonder if they're like anagrams or something. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up, aren't I? Because Riavorte, it could be a real name. It just, I don't know, seems a bit odd. Side stories on December the 8th. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monica's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. What? What the fuck? Just to clarify, all of the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing that some details of the characters' lives here and there differ a bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monica's more fundamental changes? Or is it a result of her just messing with the other characters in VM1 as her own experiment or for fun? What are they implying? So, if I'm keeping track, we have what, like 5 different universes in total? With 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monica, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality they all are. As real as ours is anyway. What? 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 I feel absolutely baffled now. These are all of the timelines are real? They're all canon. All of these things are things that happen? Wait the fuck on. Hold on a fucking second. So, are they fate stay nighting? Like, is that what's happening? Are we fating? Like, all of the lines are valid and somehow happen concurrently, parallelly? What? Oh, my fucking small brain can't deal with this. Clean up on aisle 5. Small sheep, single brain cell. Spill. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't ready for that. Lib Musi? I really do feel like these names must be some kind of anagram. Like, these don't strike me as real names. Lib Musi, the engineer. Okay. Character discrepancy. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think. Because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Or am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. Huh? So, what? A certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. I'm not sure if they're referring to Sayori's deletion or if they're referring to Monika's character herself. Oh, Jesus. You know what's gonna happen, Bleaties? I'm gonna finish this thing. I'm gonna get the side stories done. And then I'm gonna end up spending a million years going through, like, all of the Wikipedia and finding all the fan theories and figuring out what in fuck name is going on. They're talking about MC. Right, okay. They're talking about MC. Well, I mean, that would explain why it's missing from mention or appearance, because he doesn't really have an appearance. Okay, and then finally, OMG. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess for a moment I thought it could have been Monika because she's capable of, like, fourth wall break. But there would still need to be, like, an avatar agent to engage that in the first place. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monika? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Ha ha ha. It would get 404'd in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, e.g. not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation? Now, I have seen the Monika Twitter account. And I did think that that was quite a nice touch. That was, like, a really cool integration. It definitely fleshed things out a bit. And this idea that she's just like, hi guys, it's me. Like, why are you on Twitter? Obviously, only during a very limited time period. Funnily enough, in 2019, as a matter of fact, I believe. I don't think it's been used again since then. I might need to double check that, but I did look it up a while ago. But that's oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna end up spending so much time. We've unlocked so many wallpapers. Oh my god, yes. Ah! Well, that's it, guys. I found my new background. Oh my god, that is adorable. Set wallpaper. Yes. Ah! Oh my god. Is it still active? Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, more poems? Oh, still missing though. Still missing some, and I'm guessing that they are... Not all of them are going to be missing from the side stories. We only have a couple left. Oh, these emotional moments give me real heartache, you know? So many secrets left to find. I'm gonna end up doing this all, like, at my own... At some point, like, in my own time. This is honestly so awesome. Oh yeah, it's spooky season! September last year. Wow. Very recent, man. Well, very recent. Recent enough. What do you guys say? Like, I get myself a little cow onesie. I can be EP Sayori for Halloween. Or Spooksmas. I call it Spooksmas. Because I don't go as hard on Halloween as my American cousins do. It's way bigger over there, but any excuse to dress up and eat sweets. Any excuse to dress up and eat sweets is a good one. I endorse this. Right, I've done enough prattling now. You know? I'm going to chill out. Ta-da! And go back to my office with my PS1 and my huge ass CRT TV. Because I need to go and get some food. All of this talk of food and cookies, I'm just, oh my god. So everybody, my dear Bleaties, you precious beans, all of you. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for being a part of the Good Egg Covenant. We are all good eggs here. I am very grateful that of all the people you could choose to spend your time with, you choose to spend your time with me, EP Sheepy, Amarantia Petronella Sheepy. And if you want to see me play puzzle games, that is to say Rusty Lake Paradise, dick-rippingly badly, please do come along on Wednesday at 2 p.m. UK time. Backseat gaming, 100% welcome and basically encouraged because I am not very bright and I can use all the help I can get. So, thank you so much. I love you all very much and I look forward to seeing you later in the week. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you soon.